Conversations Plus, the after show. You definitely just watched Fraser, Cain, and Scott Lewis. This guy over here. He is going to be Fraser and Scott all at the same time.
Yes. Dual citizenship.
And Bronwyn McGuckin has joined us because that's her. I mean, there she is. And we might have more people join us, but so basically we just did a huge. What was that like? It was like 2 hours almost.
Like 2 hours, yeah.
And that's actually short. So I'm trying to shorten it to an hour, but when you talk about science, there's so many subjects.
There's so much to talk about with science.
I try to cover a little bit on each one so people don't say we left anything out. Don't dig too far, just far enough.
Pique their interest.
Just pique their interest, and they're like, I'm sick of hearing about that. So Mars! Mars bars? What?
Mars bars.
So what's is there anything that we haven't, that people haven't talked about when it comes to Mars and the rover? Is there any possibility, is there anything that hasn't been uncovered, pun intended? Is there any,
you mean as far as
talking about
what Curiosity will be doing?
Yeah, has it all been covered? Has everyone covered everything?
Well, it's just starting its science mission. It's just starting it. So it's on a 2-year mission right now. But I say 2 years in the same way that Spirit and Opportunity had a 90-day mission. And years later, Opportunity is still going. So, yeah, it's initially slated for 2 years. But, yeah, there's so much science to be done. And it's just starting to get things going, start using the laboratory. And it used its laser for the first time the other day, which is awesome, because using lasers is cool anyway.
Now, tell us again exactly what it did with the laser.
I'm sorry?
Tell everyone exactly what it did with the laser.
I can't hear you with the Chinese food in your mouth.
What?
It's got a laser on its head, and ahead of the mask.
Chinese food in my mouth is entertaining, man. That's why the viewership is going down.
But it shoots a laser at a rock, and it ionizes the contents of that rock, and it looks at the light that's being emitted from that rock and is able to use the spectra, so the different wavelengths of light, what's coming on there, to know what's in that rock. So instead of just looking at it or anything else, it's able to use light, which is what we use in astronomy to find out what's going on and what things are made of. We look at light, because light has its own properties for each element. And so we shoot a laser, and we read the light back.
A rock on Mars compared to a rock on Earth, what are the chances that they're similar in any way?
Well, we have rocks from Mars on Earth. There has been meteorites that have landed on Earth that was from the gutter, exactly, that have come from Mars. So we already have Martian rock on Earth. All the chemical elements that were made with the solar system that we're in, they're all from the same region of cold gas that collided down, or that squished down to start fusion in the star and make the solar system. So we're all made of similar things within our solar system. So the chemistry on Mars is very similar to ours, except for it went through a different process. So we're looking at the processes that's happened on Mars throughout the billions of years and finding the similarities from it.
I'm just looking at the show we just did. I thanked a lot of people. Pizik had a lot of good comments on YouTube. I don't know if you knew him. Is he part of your star party or
who?
1 second. If only everything was faster.
Come on.
His name is, I hope it's a he, not a she, Pizik Spy F. Great show and awesome guest. Thanks a lot. And then the sound volume, he was the one that said I was too loud.
Oh, Spaeth? S-P-A-E-T-H?
S-P-A-E-T-H, yeah. Do you know
Yes. He commented on mine too. He follows me.
Might have just been me being hypersensitive. Is this pretty late or early here? I guess it means like 3. He must be in Europe.
Yeah, he's in the UK, I believe.
Yeah, it's still a good sign that it kept me awake and watching until the end. Keep up the good work, smiley face. Well, I'm glad you didn't fall asleep. That's always. Actually, I've done shows before where people are like, I should be watching Game of Thrones, but instead, or something. We're like, I'm not watching you. I'm like, oh, yay, that sounds nice. Thanks.
Well, we get a lot of that with our virtual star parties because unfortunately the majority of the astronomers we have right now are in North America. So we have a handful that are across the world, and I'm trying to build up that community so I can start another star party from the other side of the globe to incorporate people from Europe and Africa and Asia and Australia. We already have a few in Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Turkey. And so a lot of times if we're doing a nighttime virtual star party here, we get to see the sun from them, which is still awesome. So hopefully in time we'll be able to start a second one up. And so we'll be the ones either up early or super, super late while we get to watch them. But time zones are fun.
They are, and I'm just inviting more people to the Hangout. If you're watching and you want into the Hangout, let us know somehow. You know, that would be a cool feature if there was some way where I can, like, I was doing on air, like, I suggested a wait list where it's like, where people can literally, like, on the post, just click I would like to attend, and you could turn it on and turn it off, and then you could see it in the Hangout. This person wants in, you can just click yes, they can come in. You know, that'd be cool, right?
That'd be kind of cool. Also,
cool.
I think using the events, the events has been really good with us when we're doing these large events. Anyways, like when we did the Mars broadcast for the Curiosity landing, we were working with SETI as well right beforehand. So something broke with the new events thing. So we used to be able to see the comments in the comment tracker from events, and it was perfect because we could just follow that. Now we have to go back to it. Not anymore.
No. Yeah,
but
that's
it's still a good way to have everyone in the conversation rather than having to figure out which share of this post I should comment on. Having it in the event as a central location for the event is great.
And I think that was the point. But I think there are a lot of, I mean, we used the event for more traditional needs for the weekend that we had. And there were so many. Basically, the takeaway was, like, for an actual event, when you actually offline, you need to be able to text and voicemail people. Like, otherwise, for them to have to, like, find on the app and the phone, they're like, oh my God, I'm not loading, not finding information to me.
No, definitely.
But
doing the behind the scenes stuff, at JPL, I mean, I was texting people from NASA because it's so much easier.
Right, and you're going to get a response. You're not going to have to wait. It's right there.
Right.
Email, everything has to wait.
Text and email is the way to go with it, and I mean, and it's cool too because I'm texting the rover pilot. It's awesome. Scott Maxwell, by the way, awesome human being, the best person.
You're great. You shout out. See, you shout at everybody.
Scott Maxwell, awesome.
I don't know you, Scott Maxwell, but you're awesome.
20 years cancer-free. So go, Scott awesome. Maxwell.
Go, Scott Maxwell. And Cliff Roth is here. He's 20 years speed painting fully free. So you didn't bring Perillo with you. Okay. How did your show go? Was it good?
Yeah, very good. Now I gotta go through and answer a whole crap load of comments. That's what I'm gonna be probably doing the rest of the night.
Crap load. Nice. Cool. You know, he had a. Did you draw? Then you drew him while you talked to him. That's the.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just painted.
It seems like yesterday.
Would you like to see the painting I just did?
Sure.
Yay.
We just did a show about space, the final frontier, Mars.
The final frontier.
Nice, there he is, the Joker himself. Hey, remember me? I'm Chris Perillo. Hey, kids. Hi, let's play some Lego together. Oh, he's got the box mic. Hey. That's what he sounds like, right? It's like Rappaport that just sounded like you on helium. Oh,
that was great. But yeah, so.
Cool. Don't wear your Google shirt or anything. Okay, that's fine.
You know what's actually kind of funny is that I was wearing that shirt today, and then I took it off because I was afraid to have a, the trademark on the shirt in the Hangout. So
yeah, but I mean, it's their trademark. So.
I know, but still, I was like,
what are you talking about? Trademarks? See this? I got this at the Hurl. I got this at Cliff. Got this at Google. And then held it and walked with it, and it stayed in our fridge. And I transported it from my bag, and it had.
Is that the infamous Sprite?
And it's open, and I started to drink it, just for you. And it's not that good, but whatever. So he transported from Chelsea Market last 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
We had it in my fridge. I put it in my bag. Took it home.
I was wondering what happened to that.
Sitting in my fridge.
Put that in your fridge. At the...
Yeah, you left it in our fridge, and you never took it with you.
That reminds me of journeys.
And I don't drink diet soda, so.
Diet soda. What were you gonna say?
It reminds me of journeys. Like if you ever been like canoeing or rafting or even just tubing down a river, and you see like the 8-year-old beer can floating in the river that's just been there forever. You're just like, where has this beer can been? And it's still full of 8-year-old beer, and like part of you just like, yeah, this beer needs to be. No, it probably shouldn't. There's cancer on this, and I don't want to drink cancer beer.
It's bad. Cancer beer. That's a theme now. That is a theme. So, while you're here, Cliff, can you give us like a 30-second to 200-second Cliff Roth recap of your Christopher Lowe conversation?
Ooh, in 30 seconds?
Highlights? All right, do like 2 minutes. I don't know. Take your time.
Okay.
Elevator speech.
Blah, 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 pain. No,
Google Plus is a platform. Yes, it is. Yay! I drew you. No.
I don't know. We talked about all sorts of stuff, not really just Google Plus. In fact, not much Google Plus at all. I mean, a little bit, but
Are you
we were mostly talking
just...
about it a lot. All sorts of fun stuff. YouTube.
Did you cover the whole all the new features today?
Not to any great extent, because we don't really have that many, other than the URL. But as far as the actual notification things, I think it's best to give it a little time to sort itself out, figure out exactly what effect it has, because the way it's worded is kind of confusing, because it made it sound like it was overriding your email controls. Because it says, send a red box notification and an email, but if you do have your settings set to not get email for that, it's not going to actually send.
So wait, but what about
that was confusing the way it's worded.
But when you check, if I check send the circle emails, you can have something to stop that from happening.
I think if you're in that circle and you have it set so that you're not going to get an email for whatever it is, you won't get the email. Oh. I don't think that overrides your email settings, because there was some tests being done to try and figure that part out, and I got a notification about it in my Redbox notification, but I did not get email about it. So because I only have the only things I have set to go to email is invites for invitations, just so I could remember about them, or anybody plus mentioning me, but anything else I don't get an email about it. I do feel like that. The one thing I didn't like. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say I feel like everything goes to emails and everything goes to notifications, but the problem is, really? Okay.
No, I was doing that to my daughter.
All right, she can do it to us if she wants.
Well, actually, you open the door.
It's like, what? She could be in here. We're not talking about anything. But Google Plus.
I went through so much. I organized my circles very well, so I turned them. And now they're like, oh, well, you can just get emails. I hate getting emails.
Me too. I don't like getting emails either.
It's
not sure, but I think this actually does away with the whole limit thing. Because before you were only limited to notifying 50. I think now you could.
No, 100.
I think.
No, they dropped it down to 50.
No, they dropped it to 50, and then.
No, it went from 100 to 50, and then they put it back up to 100.
I think it's even higher than 100.
I don't think so. Maybe 200.
I might be wrong about that, but I could have sworn somebody earlier said they notified a circle of like several hundred.
Email is annoying, but I have to say that when you go into when it all comes to your email and you see it, it's annoying, but you're like, oh, I see it as it happens. Notifications, it's just the number going up, and then when you go in there, you're like, oh, I can't find the email that it's not in here. So when you're seeing all those notifications you're not checking your email or whatever, you're actually missing stuff.
Well, what I missed before they integrated Google Plus into Gmail is it used to show up as an actual email rather than Google Plus inside Gmail. So if someone made some ass-hattery comment and then deleted it, I can't see it anymore in my Gmail. Sometimes I want to see someone's ass-hattery so I can call them out on that. And now it's no longer there, which is kind of odd. Like when we first started our Hangout, I was getting spam bombed by some guy. Jose, stop spam bombing me. For like 8 comments mentioning me and then deleting it immediately afterwards. So my Redbox is blowing up, my email is blowing up, but then he deleted the full posts. So I had 12 emails immediately. That's obnoxious. So I like the idea of being like you choose who can notify you by turning that on in your circle. but I get so many Redbox notifications and emails that someone shared this directly with you. I only want to hear from people that I'm collaborating with, not, well, I made this cool picture today of my dog eating a Smurf.
And I think that's what this is partly to address, is things like that. The one thing I don't like is that since it ties the email and the Redbox notifications sort of together, and plus mentions, so like I might want to mute somebody from direct sharing with me, but that doesn't mean I want to mute them for plus mentioning me.
Right.
And the fact that those seem to be tied together, I think is a mistake. Because there are plenty of people who I may not want them to send me a notification every time they post about whatever it is they're posting about. Right. But if they see something in somebody's thread and they're like, oh, Cliff Roth might be interested in that, or it's somebody about an artist and they're like, Cliff Roth would be a great artist, maybe you could collaborate with him or whatnot. I want them to still be able to notify me from that. And the way that muting thing seems to work, it seems to only do
it mutes all notifications, right?
Them both together, and I don't think they should be lumped together like that.
Well, and one way I found around it, when people would just, they'll even post good things, and they'll forget that they add their circle and it spams me about a picture that they did. I'll just ignore them for a while. I won't block them, but I'll go to their thing and ignore that user. So I'm not being attacked with Redbox notifications. Hey, it's Ciro.
Ciro provided a lot of good wiki links.
Hey guys.
Hi, Sarah.
Like a boss.
Thanks for watching.
What's going on?
We're just hanging out. Just like a post-show chill. If you want to ask Scott about Mars, although you seem to maybe know as much about Mars.
He gets around with the NASA social stuff. Ciro's awesome.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to show up to say hi to everyone. I really don't have a whole lot of time.
That's okay.
I got just a few minutes and just wanted to pop in real quick, say hello.
Is there any questions about space you want to ask Scott, or you've already asked all?
Ciro's one of those awesome people that post about space and science. He is an awesome. If you haven't seen him or circled him on Google Plus, do it. Do it.
I've had him circled.
Ciro's great.
I like the sun.
And the ball is beautiful.
And the ball is always beautiful, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Fraser's in that club too, right? So not at that level yet. Yeah. So Ciro, did you hear them talking? That was cool when Fraser talked about the boats.
Yeah.
On the lakes of the Saturn moon. That sounds like that would have been.
Yeah, that was really interesting. As a matter of fact, I also put a little link on the Wikipedia page that talks about it. I think it was supposed to be called the Titan Mare land. I think it was the Titan Mare project. Now I forgot already. But it was. I put the link on the Wikipedia page, and it would have been a really interesting though. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's the Mare Explorer. The Mare Explorer.
Explorer, exactly. Right. Yeah. Time for short. I think it would have been the acronym. And I think that the mission was supposed to happen. Let's see here. What do they say? It was supposed to have left in 2016 to arrive to Titan in 2023 on an Atlas 411 rocket.
Right.
But of course, as you know, it was canceled. Right.
So 7 years it would take to get there.
Right.
Saturn's really far away. It's very, very far away.
No.
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
7 years is probably pretty amazing that it only takes 7 years.
Oh, absolutely. That's going insanely fast. It would kill a human right now to accelerate at that speed to get there.
But is it possible that at that speed, I mean, there's so much junk. We talked about the space junk that's out there, the meteoroids and the asteroids, and they're probably all frozen out there. But still, like, if it's going that fast and it even touches something, it could totally just be destroyed, right?
Yeah, there's always dangers in space. I mean, luckily we have this great thing called gravity, which tends to pull things into clumps. So there is a lot of nothingness out there, but there is, you do have stray space junk everywhere. Oh, you have stray planets, you have stray stars, just because of the huge interaction and the physics going on out there.
How do they guide these things to make sure they actually land where they're supposed
rockets?
to?
Rockets. There's a lot of.
They have the exact coordinates, though, right? How do they figure that out?
There's a lot of automated. For when I was doing my research this past summer, it was for autonomous vehicles. So for autopilots and obstacle avoidance systems, and they use a lot of that with the Curiosity landing as well. And another reason why they had the sky crane go on is because the camera on the bottom was looking at the ground. It had a radar on there. It needed to be able to see. So with all the dust being kicked up, if all that dust was there, it would not be able to see the ground, would have no idea if it was going to land right. So they had to drop it so there isn't as much debris going on. So they have this visual line of sight to drop it down. When you're talking about going these huge distances, yeah, you plan accordingly. Because we know, based on physics, on where a planet's going to be. We take a look at if we need to slingshot off of the gravity well of a planet, or if we can go straight there. It's more efficient with fuel and energy to use the gravity of planets to get probes and spacecraft out there. So we don't necessarily make straight shots out to these Jovian out to these outer planets. We will shoot it at Venus, for instance, to have it tilt its trajectory and slingshot it further on. And it's kind of weird on everything that goes on, but there's a lot of planning. There's so much planning that goes on to where we would typically think a straight line is the quickest way to get there, but not in space.
Not with orbits, right?
Not with we're using rockets. We're not using Warp 10 from Star Trek. we have to blow stuff up to get things there.
Right. It says 7 years, and then it says it would take 7 years to get there, and then it would only be there for 3 to 6 months.
It's the plan. Yeah, when they have planned missions, you have to put a timeline. You can't say, "Oh, I hope it's there forever." When you're doing any sort of scientific research, you have to have a timeline in there that you want to get A, B, and C.
So once your timeline is up, though, like you said, on Mars, even though timelines are up, they still do stuff.
Yeah, opportunity is still going. I mean, Scott Maxwell has kept his job as piloting the rover because the rover's still going. And now he's able to transition over with the Mars rover team for Curiosity. So, yeah, they have planned missions, but they don't make it so after 2 years it shuts down. No, they're going to milk anything that these spacecraft and rovers can do. And I think it's really cool about the Mare Explorer too. Just the fact that you have a boat on another planet is awesome. Yeah, you have another planetary body out there, and let's float this time instead of driving. We haven't floated. Let's use some buoyancy instead of just driving. That's, to me, is really cool. It's just another way of having a presence on another planetary body. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
There's a picture of the Titan Sea and Lake Superior next to each other. I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Ciro?
No, nothing. I was just going to go ahead and, kind of repeat what Scott was saying. I think that it would have been really a nice mission. Definitely unique.
Yes.
But probably, I guess, considering the current environment, too prohibitive money-wise, at least from a political standpoint, I guess.
Right. Well, and what's horrible is that if when America cuts back on our budget for NASA and space exploration, it doesn't just affect NASA.
Yeah.
We've had to back out of collaborative projects with the European Space Agency and the Russians and things that we were all working together to do these projects. Well, now America cuts out on it because the budget's been cut. Well, that means these two other space agencies that we're working with are not able to complete their mission that they've already put billions of dollars or euros into, and now they have to scrap it because we decide that we don't want to fulfill our promises. I think, coming from an American point of view and an American scientist point of view, I think if you've already committed to doing a project, let's find the money or let's make the money get there. Yeah. If you've already said, hey, Europe and Russia, we're going to do this, and I know you wanted to do this in 3 years, which is very close to an event happening in science. We don't want to put the bill up for it, so we're going to back out. That puts the rest of the world in a really bad place, and we look like douchebags.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of debate going on right now. It's all over the place, as you guys already know. And I think that one of the problems that, unfortunately, even though there's a lot of people that believe in research and exploration, in space exploration in particular, that unfortunately there's still a large portion of population, not only in the United States but worldwide, that doesn't really comprehend or appreciate the value of scientific research in general, and space research in particular, and obviously those people do not believe that the money spent in the arena of research is money well spent.
Right.
So unfortunately, here we go, especially in times of economic constraint like we've been experiencing the last 6, 7, 8 years. Unfortunately, the misunderstood science is going to pay the price by not getting the money that they should get. I mean, it's kind of a sad, simple equation, and awareness. It's one of the most important things that people like Scott and others can do, and they work very hard, especially on the social media arena. But unfortunately, there's only so much you can reach out.
Right.
There's only so many people that you can reach out.
And that's what we're changing that arena. What we know that the old system's crumbling down around us, and you can beg for grants all day long. I mean, I get paid by grants, and my research has all been either by National Science Foundation or just through NASA or whatever. But it's coming to the point where NASA's no longer have that money for these projects, so we have to find alternate sources for the money, and also alternate ways of doing science so it is more cost effective. So when I bring up things like CosmoQuest, we're still doing actual scientific research, but instead of having to buy tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment to do it, we're crowdsourcing the actual scientific research. We have a few scientists at the university disseminating that data, but we have thousands of people mapping the moon or looking for a Kuiper Belt object to send the New Horizons mission to after it reaches Pluto. So we are taking crowdsourcing like you have with Kickstarter, but you're applying it to actual science. Yeah. And like we've had a 7-year-old in a hangout with us. Her dad brought her in. She's doing actual science, stuff that's been presented to NASA Ames at the lunar conference about this moon mapping data that has actual. We're all able to do this. So instead of playing Angry Birds, you can do some science. I mean, it's kind of cool that you can do actual scientific research that is being published. And you could actually be a part of the decision
I forgot to tell you that Rovio was a sponsor on this show, so you better be. I'm just kidding.
Rovio. But
I think that another thing, Scott, I believe also is that in a way, we're relatively lucky also because technology is so much more affordable these days, and considering that at one time in the past, if you did not have the funding, it would be probably virtually impossible to do any kind of science research because the technology was so much more expensive, and the accessibility to technology was also so much more, restricted to only few people and only certain labs. We know how computers were 20, 30 years ago, right? Big monsters in a room. Nowadays, you can do so much with a PC because the computing power is so much, so much bigger. So even though, luckily, even though there's not a whole lot of money available, which it's still, it's still a sad statement that no more money is allowed for science research. At least with the technology and the ability to crowdsource, people can still do science research. There's a lot of citizen science, going on these days, like you were saying. So in a way, that's kind of the silver lining, the good thing, I suppose, because of technology,
Right. Well, I mean, even the Curiosity rovers and how the way that they drive them on Mars is they've had to program them. Well, now with the NVIDIA infrastructure they have there, NVIDIA, they use their 3D, the NVIDIA 3D vision, and they're able to augment reality on Mars, so get the topography going on, put on these 3D glasses, and plan out the next few sols worth of travel. So we have the ability to put these computer scientists on Mars to tell a one-ton robot where to go.
Right.
I mean, when you think about the Apollo missions, my cell phone has more power than the Apollo missions had, as far as our computers able to do. So we have all this technology able to do things. You have BOINC that's out there, which allows you to use computer runtime to process data. So you can do Einstein at home, Milky Way at home, folding at home, where you leave your computer on. This program uses your processor to do science, and it's going through, and they're doing the genome as well. They're going through and folding the DNA of viruses and things like that. So stuff that would take millions of dollars to do, your PC can do in your free time. When you don't even have to do anything, just leave it there to go. That's the future. We have the ability to do all this stuff, yet we're still in this old paradigm. And it's just like we're seeing with the music industry and stuff like that. It's falling apart because there's no easy transition from an old way into a new way, especially when you're dealing with physical objects to virtual. When you're dealing with the power, the computing power exponentially growing, how do you change your paradigm in an exponential way? You have to start all over again. And who wants to abandon their castle? I don't know of anyone that would. I can't blame old media for wanting to hold on to what they've established because, you spent your life building that. And unfortunately,
when we have all the Hangouts and Google TV and all that stuff is like fully incorporated where people can watch like all of this on television, do you think that it'll just fully replace?
I think
news we know it, or?
I think it will largely change. How often do you see hashtags on a news report? Pretty often. You're saying, hey, let's tweet about this. They're already incorporating this technology, albeit 10 years afterwards. We're dealing the internet became big, and the 95 is when it was really become more mainstream.
People were calling it, Dan Rather called it a fad or something.
Right, yeah, the fad. So, we've had mainstream internet for nearly 20 years now. And within the last maybe 5 years, we're seeing the old media start using it as a resource instead of an adversary. But right now we've built our own infrastructure of, hey, we don't need to do, you treated us as an adversary for so long, we're just going to do our own thing. And people don't have to pay. I don't have to pay to use Google Plus, and you don't have to pay to watch our Hangouts. You don't have to drive out to dark skies to look at a telescope. I can bring the telescope to you for free. And I think it's a platform's evolving that will become much better for the future. And I'm glad that we get to be a part of that. Did you kick him off?
It's really cool how it all happens. So I muted myself. Oh, people on your roof. Did you kick them off, Bronwyn? Was the roof on fire?
Yeah, I don't know why, but there's people up there.
Because it's a hot summer night. And they want to be on the roof.
And I guess they maybe live on the first floor or the second or whatever.
Are they drinking?
They're doing something else. And so I was not getting involved. But I'm like, what? I thought I heard something, and yeah.
Well, there's only two other things I could have been doing that I think they both start with S.
The one with more letters.
Yeah. Exactly. Smoke.
Spectroscopy. I knew it.
They were looking. They had a telescope. They were doing
spectroscopy.
They were having their own star party.
That's right.
Exactly what they're doing.
On the roof.
They were seeing stars.
The stars are gonna come in different colors.
So when you look, have you ever looked? Maybe I shouldn't ask you this about looking at have you ever any kind of influence looked at a telescope through the eyes of being smashed or influenced, or does that change?
I guess who are you asking? And
you, I guess, but you don't have to answer. I can ignore. I can throw the question away.
What was the question? Because it was all broken and a 3-year-old.
So have you ever looked through a telescope or a powerful telescope whilst kind of under the influence of anything?
I've had a few drinks while looking through, at a star party, absolutely. Hey, sometimes it's cold. The only time to really go observing in Michigan, where I'm from originally,
it's when it's cold.
Is in the wintertime, because that's when the seeing's better. That's when the skies, the air is not moving around as much. So sometimes you need a little liquid warmth to help you through, and it's all right. It's all right.
That's what somebody told me the other day at a meeting of the Astronomical Society in my local area. I went to a meeting, and the president said, we are changing the name from star parties to, I think he said star gathering or something like that, because there's a lot of school kids that come to these, and we don't want to give the impression that there's a lot of alcohol and drinking involved.
Astronomy keggers.
We're no longer calling them star parties. We're calling them star gathering or something like that.
Party with like John Lithgow and Footloose? Give me a break.
$10 cup star parties. Let's do this.
Kegger! Yeah. Jello shots. Oh wait, they would be called Uranus shots.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. Mars shots. Mars. I've
got to get going, guys.
Oh, okay, sure.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Did you have a question? I can.
He's like, I have an answer.
No, I was just going to say that I once made a bowl of multiple colored jellos, and I called that Saturn shots.
Nice. With rings? You should have rings around them.
Well, Scott, thank you for being part of this. I hope that you enjoyed it. And,
thanks for having me.
Sure. I hope that it was a lot of fun.
We love getting our nerd on. Big time.
Woohoo!
Go Plus!
So, I told Fraser this, but you too, feel free to tag me directly in your Star Party HOAs and all that stuff, and I will push it into this feed.
Yes, every Sunday. Unless, I think we've had to cancel 2 due to weather.
What Sunday? What time is it again on Sunday for people? Eastern, Pacific?
It's typically when it's dark in the Pacific. So
8:30 p.m. Pacific.
Around 8:30 right now, and obviously it'll be getting sooner as we're going. So.
Okay, good. Because by 11:30, Breaking Bad is over, and we don't have to worry about people.
Priorities.
DVR that. Come on, this is live.
This is
live.
Is
Breaking Bad live?
No. We're doing it live.
No, I mean it's over anyway. It doesn't matter. It's over.
That's right.
I don't. There's no conflict. Not that I. To watch.
And,
all right, good night.
And we're not cooking meth, so.
What?
I'm
you
sorry.
Talk about meth.
Bonus.
No cooking meth.
Methylamine. What?
All right, guys.
Take it easy.
Have a great
Scott
day.
Lewis, Virtual Star Party.
Okay, you guys. Have a good night.
Bye, Ciro. Have a good night.
Ciro.
Thank you for
the
information.
Okay, you have a good evening now. Take
it easy. That was Scott Lewis and Ciro.
Then there were
2. Then there were 2, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm almost done with Chinese food. I have rice left.
Yum, yum, yum.
Rice left. Yum, yum, dim sum. But it was my first show. I didn't really talk too much about the Hurl. It was my first show back since I did 1 or 2 plus entertainment shows, but I didn't do a Hangout Conversations last week because I was in DC.
Yep.
So this is my first one since. And I actually have a whole bunch of pictures.
Oh, we missed you. Yeah, not really.
Not really. I have a whole lot of pictures to put up still from the Hurl. Actually, my next ones will be to Rebecca's set. I'm actually going to put a post about Rebecca's set and then a post for Ryan's set because that's how many pictures I took.
Good for you.
Good for me.
I think all but you and like 1 or 2 other people haven't posted their pictures yet. But other than that, I think I've seen a lot of pictures so far. Yeah, I've seen a lot of pictures. So my arm and my knee are in a lot more pictures than my face. But that's what happens.
Even though your profile picture is one I took of you, so.
I know what I'm saying, but for every picture of my face, there's 8 with just my knee or my elbow or the back of my head. So.
Well, it wasn't intentional. It just happened to be in the room.
It just happens. That's the way it works with me. I think that was kind of funny, though.
You try to get into pictures, but only parts of you make it?
No, I don't try to actively get into pictures. But,
there were some photo bombing going on, for sure.
So, but I'm very.
Everyone likes eating me, watch me eat.
I know. People like to watch me drink iced tea. So.
Is it iced tea from Long Island?
No, it's iced tea from.
I don't remember the last time I even had Long Island iced tea. It's like a college.
I think I had that once when I was in college, and that was.
It's a mistake. Never again.
So, but, I'm looking forward. I think I'm gonna check out Virtual Star Party. I've always loved space. I spent many a day in middle school at the planetarium because we lived really close to one, and it was within walking distance to my house at the time. So, yeah.
That's cool. I like the laser light shows at the planetarium. Although I still and the regular shows that they do at the planetarium too.
I mean I'm a member of the museum.
I went to the
and I get and I have like 1 ticket a year to the planetarium in New York, and I have to go use it because it expires very soon. But
the one on Long Island though.
Is that better?
No, it's not better. I've just been to it more because. Floyd.
When I was last there at the Hayden Planetarium on Manhattan Henge night because they did a presentation, and they do a presentation in the planetarium, and there's lasers and stuff, and then we go outside and watch the sunset, and
there's freaking lasers. We were talking about lasers the whole show about the lasers on Mars. So hey, so you watched this show. So what was? Give me a little bit of a recap. It's probably different than. I mean, it was one of the more educational shows, I guess.
It was definitely very educational. There were things that I learned. There was one thing that I did know that I don't know who it was. It was Fraser or Scott that said, I think it's the B612 Foundation. I was like, it is the B612. The B612 Foundation. I knew it. I knew something. And I was very excited that I knew something spacey.
And I was excited that I could make a vitamin joke.
Yeah. So
I try to make my jokes when it's hard. It's hard to get a joke to get a joke in there because they're so serious talking, and I just want to slip in my joke, slip it in because everyone watching is like, right. That is what she said. But I have to say, talking about Google Plus, back to that for a little bit. I'm sitting here looking at my Gmail box, and I'm seeing, my last email says Awal Ramad Han. Now I know that I don't have Awal Ramad Han in my circles. So he must have shared his post to email. And so I'm thinking,
so what
should I switch it so nobody can email me? But that would be it.
I'm so confused. What are you talking about with the people are like their subscriptions and there's a sliding bar and you have to set up
I will explain it to you and everyone watching.
Yes,
so the new updates.
And I'm going to take notes. Notepad right here. Taking notes.
So there's a slider. So for all your, not your mainstream, but for all your circles, for your circle views, if you click on your circles, there's a slider bar that goes up and down. And if you put it all the way up, you're going to see all the posts in your mainstream. If you put it middle, you'll see some. If you put it down, you'll see none.
Right.
Now what they did was they added another thing all the way at the very end. It's like 4 things. They added another mark. If you slide the bar not from the highest, but one more over, there's a little wing bell.
Oh,
and if you move it there, that means you will get a notification for every single post made by every person in that circle. So if you have a circle of 1 person, you will get a notification about all their stuff. If you have a circle of 100 people, you will get all of that in your notifications. So
I don't know if I want that.
But it's good if there are people that you're gonna miss stuff from. You have to. So the idea is for you to go now and create a new circle with only people that you want to get notifications about their posts, and that's what's good about it. Although it's also bad because you might not want every single solitary notification. But were you in my share circle? So Bronwyn was actually in my share circle for some time, and what I did with the share circle is I asked people.
I'm not in it anymore.
You told me to take you out of it at some point. I don't know. Maybe I put you back in. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't matter. Okay, right.
It doesn't even matter. So the share circle, people were opting in, and they said, yes, we will share everything with us. And so what? So why would I lie? So what happened was that
I just forgot.
Was that everybody? When I first started doing it, I shared almost everything with them, and then eventually I started saying, well, I still shared a lot with them, but every so often, I don't know if you noticed, every so often I wouldn't share everything with you guys. So just to mix it up. And then there were a few people that were like, all right, I had enough, take me out, da-da-da. And then there were people that were like, no, they were fine with it. And so people got, that was kind of like a precursor or a tester. And other people have circles like this to the new feature. And so you, being someone that was getting a crap load of my posts as notifications, how did that change your experience? Like, did it flood your notification box? If you didn't, some people said they didn't have my notifications, they wouldn't have anything, but I don't know if that's true. Did you say that?
I don't know if I got every time you shared something directly with that circle. I know I got a lot, and the reason was that I asked you to take me out of it was not that you were posting too much.
Oh no, I didn't say it was. It was for personal reasons.
It was for personal reasons. That I decided,
I decided long ago.
Yeah, I was gonna quit G+, and then I decided, you know what? No, I'm having too much fun here. I don't care about other people that are trying to ruin it for me and whatever. But so I stayed.
Yeah, we're sideways.
Hooray! But I mean, I didn't mind. I know I didn't get every notification from you. I know that other people had said, like, I shared something with you directly, and I didn't get it. I know I got the emails for sometimes, I think. And but what Scott had said about the, if somebody sends a notification, it's in my email, but then I delete the post, the comment, then it gets deleted from my email. I can see why that would be a good thing if you're the author of the material and you don't want any record of that being out there. But if you're the recipient, you want to have that. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't thing. But now that I know what you're talking about, the subscriptions and the sliding bar thing, I don't know if I want to do that. It just seems. I mean, there's only about 40 people that I actively care about on Google+, and I don't know if I want to see everything that they do in my notifications, but I don't want to miss anything they do in my stream, so I don't know.
It's great that Google Plus gives all these features, but
yes,
the problem is they give us these things, and these things are not really fully explained. They try to explain it, but and then we're like, and I kind of knew that I was like, that sounds really great, and also really weird because I don't want notifications from any of my circles. They're too big. So there's too many people with too many posts, and I like to try new features. So what did I do? I took the New York City Herald Circle or something, and I turned it on just to see what would happen, and it's flooding my thing, and maybe I'll shut it. I'll change to a lower circle or shut it off. No need to. No. It's not anybody's fault. I knew what I was getting to. It's not, and it's fine. And I don't even care because that number doesn't mean anything to me. It's just trying to. I also wanted to use it as a test to see if you were missing stuff and you missed stuff. What were you gonna say?
I think that a lot of these changes aren't directed at you or me, or I'm not a power user, but I'm like this. I'm probably 1 or 2 steps below a power user. But I think they're more directed to the casual user, and they're more directed to the person that isn't logging into G+, constantly, but somebody that will be logging into their email constantly.
Right.
Oh look, I don't want to be in G Plus every day, but
they're
going to
be annoyed. Yeah, but they're gonna get annoyed because they'll see it as spam in their email. That's what they're gonna see it as. And so it's weird. I guess it's weird because Google's been very, when it comes to email and controls, they're very on top of, like, I know, like, if you try to send out emails to too many people in a day, they're like, whoa, buddy, what are you doing? Stop. They'll shut you down. In the past, I've actually been shut down for 24 hours because they thought I sent too many emails when I had, like, a lot of emails sent. So.
Oh, well, that's what happened to me, so I wonder what the threshold is.
Let's just say I was a big number. But anyway, the point is, that was back my other old days. But whatever, and it wasn't bad. It was related. People I sent an email to was related to them, but they have security systems and things like that to stop stuff. So it's strange that they would let people do this. But I think it's like 100 people. But I don't know. I just think that the idea is good, but again, everyone I think agrees that you should be able to, well, I guess if you really want to follow one person, make a circle of one. Some people are like, oh, why can't I just follow people and not circles, which I guess is okay. My argument would be to follow people or circles, and everyone's agreeing by hashtag or keyword or something. The problem with that then is, if I put in, let's say you post something, now I'm not getting it, and then I understand why they're doing all posts, because they're like, how do we know when you give us keywords and hashtags, what if we're wrong and you do miss something that was supposed to be in there, right? So maybe that's the problem. They're not.
I think, I know for me that because I have such a wide variety of interests, and that today, there was that post I did with that some e-card. For people who don't know, I'm a Whovian. I'm not obsessed, but I'm very passionate about Doctor Who, and Matt isn't really so much. And I posted something public that was Doctor Who related, and someone said, yeah, that's kind of annoying when you do that. Stick that to your Doctor Who circle. And okay, I did that. I just posted public because, Matthew Rappaport's not in my Doctor Who circle. And I didn't want to add him to it, so I posted it public. And I think that if you have somebody that posts content to certain circles, but you don't know, and then let's say that I post things to certain circles, and then you add. But you are not in my Doctor Who circle. But if you subscribe to everything I do, then are you going to get my Doctor Who posts?
Yes.
No. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Because it says all posts, right?
If I subscribe, okay, so I will. Well, only if. So here's the other thing too. So if I subscribe to Circle, I'm going to get all the posts made by that circle, but only obviously posts that are made to include me. So if you make a private message, I'm not getting it. If you make a post that's circles I'm not in, I'm not getting it. So there is still that.
Okay. There's still that. Right.
Yeah, it's not sending people everything. Jay Zalowitz is here. Doesn't come to the Hurl, but comes to the Hangout. He's in the dark.
I couldn't make it.
Yeah, but now you're in the dark, dude. Oh, there we go.
It's been a while.
How are you? You got a haircut?
Hey.
How's life? Good or bad?
Pretty good. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, actually, right now. Unfortunately,
on vacation?
I left a day before the Hurl.
Oh,
I had to take a bus to Chicago. I really apologize. It was
That's no big deal. No, there were no M&Ms thrown, so it's okay.
There was no what?
Said no M&Ms were thrown in this Hurl.
It's not like I was tremendously missed.
I was trying
football.
No one was having sex in closets and bathrooms, but that wasn't you. That was your buddy. I'm just kidding. So how is? Well, he came at the first roll.
Oh.
So how is Memphis? Wait, so we went to Chicago and then you went from Chicago to Memphis, or?
Chicago to Memphis. Memphis is going to be probably to Nashville.
Are you just spending your fortune and exploring the country, or what?
So I'm starting a company right now.
Do you no longer work in New York?
I no longer work in New York.
Did you quit?
Yeah, basically.
Or did you get
No, it's more of a I could get both severance and unemployment, and also I was quitting, so
how does the company give you a severance and unemployment? Is that what did you do? Did you do the system? What did you do?
For governmental purposes, I was fired for
You can do that?
If you're fired, yeah, basically. And they gave me a severance. Which is off the record. I don't know if this is on air.
Oh, we're on air, so does it matter at this point? Does anyone care?
How many people actually watch you?
Well, there were a few people, but whatever. Anyway, Jay, pretend you didn't say that. Jay is talking about something that a book he's writing.
A book he's writing.
A book about a person that used to be.
Anyway, if you rebroadcast off this point.
I am not editing, so that's too much work. Anyway.
Can you just turn it off and start it again then?
No, because there were people on before you. Like you're like in the middle of it. We've already. Whatever, I could always cut off the end and end it.
I really need you to.
Is there going to be a PayPal coming my way? No, I was kidding. Some of us don't have severance packages.
I got half a day.
Half a day. Oh yeah, this is interesting. We're in this weird situation, because Bronwyn is kind of, although not in the same place.
22 days ago, I was fired. I was let go. Yeah, they decided that they wanted to not move forward with my position, and
what did
they replaced her.
They did not replace me. They divided a couple of the things that I did with people that were already there, and
you told me they hired your replacement.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm getting a headset.
I said that.
Are you in a hotel?
No, I'm at my dad's house.
Your dad lives in
Hi,
Memphis?
Dad.
He's nowhere nearby.
Your dad lives in Memphis?
Yes.
And what was in Chicago?
My sister.
Aren't you not from New York?
No, not at all.
Are you done with New York? Is it over?
Quite possibly.
Do you hate New York?
No, I love New York. And pause. True Blood. The greatest show.
You're watching True Blood? Great.
That's not off the record.
True Blood sucks this season. It's so horrible.
Well, isn't it? It's supposed to bite and suck. Isn't the point of True Blood?
Oh, it blows.
Anyway.
This season's just bad. I'm just bored.
All I know is that I need to catch up on Newsroom because I liked it.
I have to start Game of Thrones.
It's good.
That's what I gotta do. Need cable.
Heather Faye's IMDb. Heather Faye should come in here and sing us a song.
I'm trying to do this crossword puzzle because my comic book shop is a month behind the rest of the world.
Okay. So I was trying to explain True Blood to my father, who happened to, he called me mid-season.
Oh. I was scared what you were going to say.
Yeah,
no. Okay. So you know the thing where they all get Liliths, and I'm sorry, mute your microphone if this is going to spoil it for you.
Or your headphones, yeah.
I don't watch True Blood. I have no plans on it, so I don't care.
Okay.
So
whatever.
I'm sitting there trying to explain, right when they take Lilith's blood.
Before they get all trippy and go in New Orleans and kill people, yeah.
Spoiler alerts!
Never seen True Blood, so I'm sitting there explaining everything that's happening.
How old is your father again? 60?
10 things coming together at the exact same time. So I'm like, oh yeah, he's a fairy, werewolf, shapeshifter. Those are vampires. They're all getting high on the vampire blood from their vampire god, who's like sort of Jesus. And Ledgington is a 3,000 vampire, which means he's more powerful, and he's also sort of an insane German Nazi guy.
I don't know, I'm just like bored this season. I saw episode 1, then saw episodes 2, 3, and 4, and 5 on the same day, then saw 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 on the same day.
5 and 6 were the only episodes that happened.
Others appreciate my sensitivity.
In bed.
Sweet.
I don't know what you're talking about. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 were never made.
That's okay. That's a good.
So
plan.
Jay, let's talk more about the fact that have you been off Google Plus or you've been hovering?
So first off, my Facebook automatically feeds to my Google Plus page.
So did you see all the craziness that just happened like today and yesterday with vanity URLs and subscription lists?
I can't get a vanity URL. I don't know how.
Yeah, you're just not cool enough. But okay, but everyone's gonna get them eventually. It's gonna take like a while.
I want one. I don't know what I should say.
Just send me the link you used to get the vanity URL with your name.
The link I used was building relationships. I can't give you that link.
Look, I will. I got an easier way of doing this.
It doesn't. Listen, that's not even the point. The point is that.
Hold on, I'm talking to someone there.
What are you showing people? Why are you showing us this? You're showing us your email live. Justin, of course, is talking to you. Hey, Justin, you're live.
Hey, hello. We can see you.
Really? He has you on G-Talk?
No.
Now you might want me to edit this thing.
Yeah, we should probably edit this one.
Internet. My father, internet.
Hi,
Hey, Daddy-o! You know your son just G-Talked Vic and Docha. Tell Vic and Docha hello. Uh-oh, he's happy.
I don't think he's ever seen Hangouts, actually.
Hey, Mr. Zello, it's your
history being made.
Your son enjoys M&M's, by the way, in case you didn't know that.
What?
So this is Google Plus.
I do enjoy M&M's, yes, and Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Oh yeah, this is Google Plus.
People keep telling me I should get a Tumblr, and I don't want one.
Okay, I will.
He wasn't too impressed, was he?
Sorry.
I was impressed. It's just 11.
Somebody commented to me today that I'm ordinary.
Oh no, this is not therapy hour. Please hold that for some other time.
I was like, what does that mean?
OMG, I don't know. Please.
I'm the most ordinary person on Google.
This broadcast will self-destruct in a couple of seconds.
What does that mean? I'm ordinary.
We're not talking about that. No one wants to talk about that. No one cares.
Whatever.
Someone said you're ordinary. Someone said
I was the most ordinary person on Google Plus.
But who cares what someone else said?
I thought it was kind of funny.
At least you have followers, all right? I only have a few thousand. It's killing me.
You have more than me. Whatever.
No. You have more.
Doesn't even matter. They're just
doesn't
numbers.
Even matter. Just numbers.
They all don't actually exist. Haven't you read M.G. Siegler shit? Yeah, come on.
No, we get it.
M.G. Siegler says there's no one on Google Plus.
Oh, let's not go there, please.
I know. I don't exist. I don't exist. You don't exist. We're all figments of each other's imaginations of nothing.
Doesn't M.G. Siegler get paid by Facebook?
No, Apple.
All right, one of those.
Hello.
No, but Jay, the new feature is now.
Yeah, I know you can do your own vanity URL.
Not the vanity URL. Now, no.
Better.
I don't know if it's better. So now, you used to be able to check circles and send direct notifications, but they got rid of that. Instead, you could send it to people's email, which is kind of weird.
That's how you make Google Plus a thing, though.
Well, you mean that's how you annoy people with spam too?
You'll annoy people, yes, but over the next day and a half, you'll see more activity on Google Plus
because it's going to everyone's email.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the other thing too: is
it's called penetration of.
It's called annoy, and it's called killing them with annoyance.
But Facebook did that when they were early too.
They did that way?
They still do that. Twitter is doing that.
They spam with email? All right. Everyone does it.
With the FT, that was one of our things.
Would you like a G+ sticker?
I would. Actually, you're still in New York, Drats.
What? I'm not in Tennessee, no. Although I know a lot of people there. Oh wait, how far is Memphis from Nashville? Crazy far?
Not really. Actually.
You should go visit Peter G. McDermott. And
I'm probably gonna be if he'll put me up for a night, I'll see him on next Saturday.
And Rebecca Pearl, who's a musician in New York, she's actually gonna perform. I forgot what day, but I think maybe September. I don't know.
Dude, I'm down. I just need a place to stay while I'm up there.
Yeah, and the other thing they did was now you can, you know the slider bar? You can turn the slider bar on a circle all the way up to another level, and that will enable everybody in that circle that posts to send you a notification every post that circle makes. Isn't that crazy? It's like a subscription for the circle.
Yeah.
But that seems kind of crazy, doesn't it? Like, who wants 6? That seems like it's too much, doesn't it?
This has been suggested.
No, it was suggested that people can subscribe to individuals, specifically like certain topics.
No. Although I was gonna make a Google Plus API usage during TechCrunch Disrupt, where you basically pool both people's likes. I mean, you can post to one of three hashtags basically that you self-select, and then you subscribe to people's hashtags.
Right. People, you can subscribe to a hashtag generally, or subscribe to a person in the hashtag.
So you can only things you say are normally in one of 4 categories, whatever your 4 categories are. Most human interests don't go past that, and there's always a general anyway.
This is ridiculous. So, a few minutes ago...
Please don't tell us someone else called you ordinary.
No.
Hold on.
When you told me about what the sliding bar did, I went to my favorite circle, and I moved the sliding bar to...
big mistake.
Right? To, all the way, just to see what happened. 104 notifications of people posting.
Oh, don't you feel special?
104.
I have my Y Combinator circle. I should just make that a thing.
So I mean, I guess there now the interaction with Google Plus will go up, but will it? Will it go up in quality or just quantity? And I guess quantity is all that matters, right?
Brown, I think I actually removed you from my circles because you annoyed me.
Oh! Wow, that's a common thing.
My women circle.
Whatever.
Oh, error changing circle memberships. You might have banned me, actually.
Listen,
there's no way I banned you.
Blocked?
Blocked you?
You might have blocked
me. No way. He might have blocked me.
Fraser, who was on the show earlier, said he had removed me. He just added me back. Pretty soon he'll remove me again. I don't care. Hey, if you're watching, Fraser, good show tonight.
Whatever.
Maybe I should wrap this up. If you're still watching, I usually say this, but that's the point.
Hold on.
Jay wants to say something else. I can actually hit end broadcast and we can still talk, and it's not going to be recorded, so everyone doesn't know about your entire life. But that's,
that'd be good, so that's probably going to be happening.
So, Bronwyn's going to say goodnight. Goodnight.
Hold on.
Do you have one more point to make for the live audience? Because they're really...
We should end this with a speech.
Oh, not a copyrighted speech.
Not from me.
No, we can't play a YouTube video. What are you, nuts?
No.
You can't do what? You can't. There's nothing copyrighted, dude.
Oh, wait. How old does it have to be? I thought the guy that's like this, who is
not the Hitler thing. Seriously?
Oh, Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, Charlie Chaplin, the great dictator or whatever. Is that what you're saying? That's not in the public domain.
Well, look what you did. Yeah, I don't want chance with any of it. Anyway, thanks for watching Conversations Plus. Bronwyn, Jay, you were awesome. Fraser, Scott Lewis was here earlier. Good night. We're just gonna hit the end broadcast and then we're gonna talk and you can't hear what we're saying. Not that you want to. +1, a donkey. I love you.